Hello everyone, welcome to the session. We will wait a couple of minutes for others to join. We'll wait just a couple more minutes. Maybe we'll start by 6:05. Till then, can you guys hear me clearly? Uh,
Yes.
okay, thank you. This is the live interaction session, interaction being the keyword. So it would be good if you reply or if you respond timely. Feel free to join in anytime you want. Uh, this session will cover only week one. So, do any of you have any specific doubts regarding that part? Maybe I will just note it down and discuss it within the session. Okay. Hello everyone. Welcome to the session again. I'll start with introducing the course. The course is Scheduling Techniques in Projects. It's a 4 week long course. The course instructor is Professor J. Maheswari. I am Venugopal Mahajan, a research fellow at IIT Delhi. So, you guys must have already covered 2 weeks of this course, 2 assignments submitted. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Uh, okay. Do let me know if there is any trouble, okay? So, the format of this live session is that we will be solving some sample problems similar to your assignments. This serves dual purpose that you also get to learn in a different manner or clear your doubts, and also your final exams would contain a major portion from the assignments directly. So solving those questions better will help you there also. Now, coming to the contents, the week one covered introduction to projects, inputs to scheduling, and critical path method. Similarly, this session will also have these key points only: definition of projects, scheduling basics, there is one interaction activity planned based on your responses, and two main numericals, one on AoA and one on AoN. Okay, so coming to the first question, define project. You already have studied 2 weeks of content. So, anybody who would like to contribute here? What is a project? Guys, this is an interactive session. If you keep quiet, this will finish very fast.
Project is a work which has a start date and end date.
Okay. Uh,
Specific with the specific aim.
uh, Wait. Can you guys still hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible. I guess there is some
Myself,
power trouble.
okay.
Power trouble.
Myself
This.
from NPTEL. Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, you are audible.
Uh, Sir, the project is a work which have some specific start date and end date with a specific purpose.
Uh, okay. So if it has a specific purpose and a start date and end date, it is a project. So what about if you go to the office in the morning? You have a definite start time, right? You start
Yes, sir.
walking towards, or you start your bike, and you have a fixed end date. You reach there at some point.
Yes, sir.
So tell me, is this a project? I mean, you worked with a specific purpose. You had a start date, you had an end date. So will you call it a project?
We cannot call it a project, but we are part of a project. We can say
Okay.
that.
Okay, part of a project.
Mm.
So what will
So we
be a
work as-
complete project?
What will be a complete project?
Yeah, I mean, complete definition or that incorporates everything. Yeah.
A project, a project which has unique objective.
Okay. Unique objective. Uh, so we have seen many houses being built, and there are a couple of projects that look same to same, like the house is same, the design is same. So will you still call it a project? It is still unique. Do let me know. I mean, two same houses being built at different locations, again it gives a unique quality to it. Different teams, different owners, it again became unique, right? Do you agree or not?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. Anybody, or do you want to add something else to this definition?
Doing something different. that was done previously.
Uh, Sorry, Amal. Can you please increase your voice?
Doing something different.
Okay, doing something different. I mean, that's a very broad thing, na? I mean, even if I'm making an art, it is doing something different. Yeah, I mean, by the definition, art will also come under project. We'll see to it. So, anything else?
So project must have a specified objective to be completed with certain specification and indefinite time.
Okay, specified objective, then specification, then
Yeah, certain
cert
specification and with definite time.
with definite time. It should be unique. Uh,
Yes, and should
Start date,
consume
end date.
resources.
It covers in time. Anything else?
Should consume resources.
Consume resources. Okay. Anything? Anything more?
Should consume resources like manpower, materials, machinery.
Okay.
Doing something different than the previous one.
Doing so. I guess that can be covered under unique, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sir, one question, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, a word unique is okay in the definition of project, as we are building two houses and both are the project, both
Yeah.
are the same thing. Is the
Yeah.
unique word okay in this definition? Like we
Uh,
are building the power plant. So power plant are same, both the power plants are same, but both are called the projects.
okay. Uh, you tell me one thing. Let's talk about uh, what kind of power plant do you want to build?
Uh, Currently, I'm working in thermal power plant.
Okay, thermal power plant. At what location do they already have some thermal power plant? Just give me one name.
No, no,
Okay. Let me clear. Let's say you have a thermal power plant at location A, and you want to build a similar or exact thermal plant at location B. Your location changed, your timeline changed, right? Your characteristics change. Maybe the team that is going to build it changed. So that gives a unique perspective to your project, right? I mean, is it acceptable to you? Uh, Guys, can you hear me? Yeah. Yeah, sorry guys, it's like a bit of a network issue and electricity trouble here. So anything that can go wrong is trying to go wrong right now. Can you see my screen and hear me clearly?
sir, can't see
Yes.
your screen, sir. But you are audible, but we can't. I can't see the screen if you are
Okay.
presented it.
Wait. Okay, is it visible now?
Yes, sir. Not okay, sir. Thank you,
Yeah, the person who asked that thermal power plant question, I was discussing that only. That if you have one
sir.
plant at A and you want the similar at place B, right? You
Yes, sir.
can't have the same power plant twice at the same location, right?
Sir. Unique location can be there. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, unique location, unique timeline.
Yes. The timeline can be same, but location, I think it will be unique. You are
Yeah,
right at the point.
yeah,
I got it.
definitely.
Thank you.
So, welcome. Now let's move on to the definition what PMI says. Project Management Institute. One of you guys also asked the question about PMBOK on discussion forum. So, if you guys are not familiar with the Project Management Institute, you should have a look. Now, it defines project as a temporary endeavor. We discussed uh, to create a unique product, service, or result. This uniqueness was discussed, right? Now, it also drives change and enables business value creation. Like we discussed a thermal power plant, it is creating business value. Obviously, it is driving change also. First point, temporary endeavor. Why are we calling it temporary endeavor? Like we discussed that it has to start and end. So a temporary endeavor. These 4 points, does anybody have a problem in this definition?
Sir, one point, the last point, sir, enables business value
Uh,
creation.
Business value creation. Okay.
It is always necessary that a project must create the business after
Uh,
the completion.
yeah, no, okay, let me. This is not exactly the business in that marketing sense. This is basically creating some value. It can be tangible, it can be intangible, right? Anything you do, if it is bringing some change, we try to make sure that the change is positive, right?
Yes, okay, sir.
So in that way, we try to create some value here. So
Okay.
yes, a project enables business value creation. So with should I move on? Okay, moving on. Uh, Poorly managed projects. If you have been on site, if you have been anywhere, or if you have tried to manage any project, even your own, you know that yeah, poor management happens. So, what are the problems that are caused by poor management?
Cost effective, the cost will go high and the time duration will also increase for
Okay,
the project.
cost, time, this won't be maintained. Anything else?
Not scheduled properly.
Okay, schedule. Anything else? Okay, this is kind of an
La-
open,
lack of
yeah,
lack of manpower
lack of manpower.
and machineries, equipment.
Okay, I'll write again 3M. Anything else? I also have to keep admitting you guys, so that will take some time. So, yeah, you all have an idea what happens when a project is not properly managed. So, these are some points: missed deadlines, cost overruns, poor quality, rework, uncontrolled expansion of the project. Now, expansion of the project is okay if you keep on including it in your scope, you keep on defining, you keep on increasing your timeline. If it is not like that, yeah, it is because of poor management. Loss of reputation of the organization. Definitely, if you are working on something and you are not able to deliver it on time within budget, you will lose your reputation. Unsatisfied stakeholders. If you wanted something today and it is not happening, you will be unsatisfied. And failure in achieving the objectives. So, is there any other point that you can think of other than this list?
Sir, safety can also be included.
Yeah, yeah,
If quality will also
because if it is in your scope that you have defined already, then yes, if you are not maintaining safety. Anything else? Okay. So this was kind of an open question. We'll move on to next. What are the processes required to manage timely completion of the project? Why timely completion? Because we are talking about scheduling techniques, right? So the question is quite specific. Processes required to manage timely completion of the project.
Proper planning,
Okay, planning,
resource mobilization,
planning, resource mobilization.
usage of resource,
Okay, that would
efficient usage of it. Efficient usage of it.
okay, efficient.
Efficient
Uh,
usage of men.
okay. Uh, anything?
Manpower.
Sequential activities.
Sorry,
Sequential activities.
yeah, sequence of activities. Okay, so this is kind of a highly theoretical question because these processes are as per the list given by PMI. So these processes in order are plan schedule management, define activities, sequence activities, estimate activity duration, develop schedule, and control schedule. So can you guys visualize this happening for your project?
Yes, sir. Sir, if we can add one point, sir,
Yeah,
as per experience, sir,
yeah.
uh, the more and more number of parallel activities should be visualized. Like sequence activities we have written, the more the parallel activities, the less will be the duration of the completion.
Okay. Parallel activities,
It's just a
imagination.
question, not a view, sir. It's just a view. I'm just asking if it's correct or not.
See, we will talk about this. Okay. Do one thing. We will have interaction activity right now. I mean, one small activity for all you guys, and and in that activity we'll discuss this parallel activity part. Okay. Will that be good?
Okay, sure, sir.
Yeah.
Not the issue, sir. The end also we can do
Yeah.
whatever suits the course. Not the issue.
Okay. So this is the interactive example. What you guys have to do is help me prepare a sandwich for my breakfast. So you guys already have made sandwich. I mean, I am assuming that you have done this activity many times, right? So my first question is, does this qualify as a project? Preparing a sandwich.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, two yeses. Anybody with a no? Okay.
I want one reason, sir.
Yeah.
Uh, Project and activity go side by side. Both have the start date, end date with a specific purpose for the completion. And in the same way, I have termed it termed it as a project just because of the time. Because we cannot make two sandwich on the same what we say the sandwicher.
Yeah.
Only one at a time will be. With that point of view, I have termed it as project.
Okay. Yeah, that is absolutely acceptable. But yeah, I can see that this activity term is quite a misnomer here. It quite gives another idea. So yeah, okay, we have agreed that it is a project and we want to prepare a sandwich. So for this project, can you tell me, uh, okay, process one, plan schedule management. We have already decided we want to make a sandwich. What kind of a sandwich do you want to make? Any idea? I mean, anything, anyone that you want to speak. This is plan schedule management. So first of all, we have to finalize the policies, some documentation. So for this step, I'm just asking you to do is tell me what kind of sandwich do you want to make.
Paneer grilled sandwich.
Okay, paneer grill sandwich. What are the now? what are the activities involved in this? Anybody, just help me make the list.
The activities involved are, first we have to make the list of all the materials required,
Okay,
and to see the resources required to prepare the sandwich.
okay,
Materials and resources may be combined, but I'm using differently because materials we will take for like paneer and bread and some potato, and
okay,
like material and resource I'm using for the word for the sandwicher, and the gas or the electricity if it's the electricity based, or the gas
okay.
if it is a gas, if it is a stove based, and a cook to prepare it.
Uh, okay. No, uh, let's focus only on the activities. I mean, not the resources part. I mean, just what happens when we make a sandwich.
So the first one is we will take a bread.
Okay, take bread.
Mm, we have to put the any sauces if we want as per the taste, and
Okay,
we have to put the paneer. Then we have to put in the sandwicher, grill it, keep it on the gas stove, and 5 to 10 minutes we have to keep on the stove. Once it's prepared, we have to serve it.
okay. Anybody who want to add anything to this? Put in sandwich maker, right?
Yes, sir.
Uh,
So, as he said,
yeah,
this is a sequence of activities. Now we have to find out how many activities can be done in parallel, and how many activities are there at end to end.
yeah. Uh, okay. Just let me make the list first. So, anything else I'm forgetting here? I mean, we took bread, we put sauces, we put paneer in it, we put it in sandwich maker, then we grilled it on a stove and served it. Anything else? Okay. Uh, is this the final list we have for activities? So we had uh, process to it, define activities. We defined it. Now you were so good with your experience that you already put the activities in the sequence. So now coming to the duration, how much time will these activities take? Anybody? We'll make this very quick. I mean, this is a sandwich. We already have made it.
Yes. So
Um,
for taking bread, 30 seconds,
okay,
putting sauce 30 seconds, putting paneer 1 minute, putting the sandwich maker for 30 seconds, in a stove 5 minutes, and
okay.
serving
Serving again 30 seconds.
1 minute is okay, or 30 seconds we can take.
Okay. So now as you can see that we have followed another step here. Sequencing activities, estimating activity duration. Now we have to come to developing the schedule. Here these activities are already in order. So for developing schedule, you will just follow it in this order. Taking the bread, putting sauces, putting paneer, put it in sandwich maker, then keep it on a stove and serve. And coming to the last part, controlling the activities, controlling the schedule. Obviously, you want to make sure that it is not kept on the stove for more than 5 minutes, otherwise, it will burn. Or you don't take it out in 3 minutes. So you get an idea of all the processes that are happening. Okay, schedule management processes. Now, one question was that we have to start working most of the activities in parallel. So we will discuss with this example only. Let's suppose you have to make 10 sandwiches. If it is just one person and one sandwich maker, we will just follow the same steps, right? One person, he will take the bread first, he will put the sauces, he will put paneer, he will put it in sandwich maker, he will put it on stove. At that time, when he keeps it on stove, he is free now and he can start preparing for another sandwich, right?
Yes, sir.
So that way you can think of it as doing it in parallel. Uh, Similarly, if you have more than one cook, you can have multiple sandwiches being ready at the same time, multiple sandwich makers. So you see that once we talk about activities in parallel, the features that come of importance is number of resources, then availability of location. Obviously, we are talking about time. Like if you have 10 sandwiches prepared and only one sandwich maker, you will still have to wait for 5 minutes, right?
Yes, sir.
So I guess you get an idea of what is happening when we talk about activities in parallel.
Yes, sir. I get it.
Okay, thank you. So moving on to our next question. Now we are coming to networks. First of all, does anybody want to elaborate what is a network? I mean, you already have made networks now. It is a very basic thing. That's why, I mean, I'm just asking it. What is a network?
A network can be termed as a schedule, or we can say as activities in a way which we have to complete the work.
Okay. Yeah, that can be true. Uh, just let me admit one more.
Just for you, sir, not the specific definition, but
Yeah. No, but see, the idea is clear to all of you. Network, basically, it's just a diagrammatical representation of what we are doing in what order we are going to do. This diagram gives a clarity to us also on how to perform, and to someone else also. If we share it, if we share this network with someone else, he can follow, he can learn very easily. So this kind of gives us a psychological advantage. Coming to the question, uh, we have a we have a network diagram here. It is AoA network activity on arrow with this representation. The question is determine immediate predecessor activities and ISA for all the activities. Can we do it fast? You just tell and I will write down. Okay, does anybody have any confusion on what is IPA?
No, no, sir.
No confusion, right? So then help me, please. I mean,
That's
will.
the end of development.
Hello?
For A, there is no IPA actually.
Okay. For B?
For B, no IPA. C, no IPA.
Okay. D?
For D, it is B.
Okay. For E?
For E, it is C.
C.
And for F, it is A and B.
F, it is A and B.
Yeah, because from B, there is a dummy coming to the event at the end of year, right?
Yeah, but still there is one more dummy, na? Coming from C.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. ABC, sir. Correct. Yeah.
ABC, correct, right?
Yeah.
So similarly, we can write ISA also, right?
G.
Okay. Let me Let me see if I am writing it correct or not. Okay. Uh, this would be F, right? Only F.
Is F, yeah, correct.
Yeah.
For B,
E and F.
B, it is D and F.
okay, D and F. For C again, E and F.
C, it is E and F. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
For D, D, F, I don't think there is a ISA,
For
right?
D, E, F, there is no successor. Yeah.
Okay. So, uh, similarly, if you want to make the list of all the predecessor activities, I guess you can start combining them and making them, right? It is not a tough job right here. So why I'm discussing this is that because in many network problems, what you get is instead of having only IPS, you get ISA, or you get all the predecessor activities and you have to determine IPS. So you should keep this in mind. Okay, any problem with dummies? Any question?
Sir, what will be the PA and SA once it will be confirmed?
Uh, okay. Um, what do you mean by a predecessor activity?
Activity just before the activity, like for F, we are having it's A, B, and C.
Yeah.
So, what will be the PA? It's
Okay.
IPA. It
Yeah.
is clear for
See, it happened that the example I chose, in this case, the predecessor activities and immediate predecessor activities are the same. Now, let's suppose I am having two more activities here, X, Y, and then for X we have Z here. So in this case, when you talk about IPA for F, immediate predecessor would only be B, A, and C.
Yes, sir. Yes. Okay.
But
It
when
will be
you
same. Yes.
right,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
but
Okay.
when you write all the predecessor activities PA, it would be all these activities that are happening before the start event of F.
Yes, sir.
So I hope you got the point.
Yes, sir. Got it.
Okay. Similarly, you can do it in case of succeeding activities also.
Okay, sir.
Now coming to a problem. Uh, do you guys have pen and paper with you?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah. Sure.
Okay. So it would be very nice if you guys can try this problem. You can see the problem clearly, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you tell me the steps that we should follow for solving this problem?
So first, we have to draw the network diagram.
Okay. And how do we draw the network diagram?
It will be start. We have to draw with the steps like where IPA is 0. The it will be step 1. IPA is 2, 3, 4. Then we will draw the relation between all of them according to the IPS, and
Okay.
after that, we will, some of the activities can be made dummy for the according, and we have to see for I and J the numbering of the nodes.
Okay. So first of all, we'll start with sequential steps, as you said. Now, uh, like as we can see that A, B, and C have no IPS, right? So they can be SS1, right?
Yes, sir.
Now what should be for D? Now what I will do is for is that if A, B, and C were already numbered, I will cross it off so that it helps us. Is this correct?
F is A. Yes, sir. H will be 3.
H will be 3, right?
Yeah.
I also 3.
I, E and H. I will be 3, yes, sir.
Okay. So now we have got 4. So I will just have it here. And as
Sir,
it is, yeah,
one question, sir.
yeah.
Like in IPA, we have 2 IPAs. For one SS is 2 and for one SS is 3. What we will do for that, sir?
Uh,
What will be the,
okay.
like we have
S-
activity K, sir, after J,
Yeah.
and the IPAs are C and D, like
Okay.
2 and 3. So
Uh,
in that case, what we will the SS for K?
See, it is the same thing is happening in case of J also. See, J, E is, SS of E is 2, right?
Sir, SS of E is 3.
Okay, okay. Yeah. Yeah, it is not happening. I thought it must happen. Okay, in this case, it's 4. Let me,
Like
yeah.
in case of E also, in case of E it's happening, sir.
In
We
case
have
of,
1 and 2.
okay, yeah. Yeah, in
1
case,
and 2.
yeah. So what is happening here is that once you once you cross off B and C, still F is remaining. So you can't put a number here, right?
Yes, sir.
So here what we are doing is we are just writing the number in the order it is happening. So as we can't write any number right now, we will leave it. But as soon as we cut F, we can write a number here. So that's why it will be 3. I mean, it would be the highest after the IPS. Every IPA should be accounted for. Like we do in event numbering, we will see it.
Okay. The highest of the 3 will be taken, na, sir?
Yeah,
Like B is having 1 and F is having 2, so the SS for E will be 3.
yeah.
Okay.
So um, we'll start drawing now. Wait a minute. I mean, this. You guys please try to make the network. We already listed the sequence steps, so I guess it should be one step easier for you. Have I written it correctly? Anybody can cross check if possible. A, B, C, D, F, G, E, H, I, and J. Yeah, it seems fine to me.
It should be okay, sir.
Yes, it's a
Okay, what should be the next step? I mean, we have got them in sequential steps. We should start connecting them, right?
Yes, based on the IPS. Yeah.
Okay. So D is connected only to A. Then F is connected to A. G is connected to C. E is connected to B, C, and F. Then what do we have? H is connected to G. Mm, I is connected to D. Uh, then we have got J. J is connected to E and H. Right? Did I miss any connection?
Oh, no, sir.
Okay. Now we have got connections. We have got sequential steps. What to do now? We have to merge it to make a logical network, right? How do we start? Anybody? Because this is crucial now. We were only following mechanical steps right till now. What can we do to make our task easier? Okay, let me try and let please let me know if you're not following it. As we can see that A, B, and C, they have no predecessors, so they must be starting together, right?
Yes, sir.
Mm, okay, so we have got A, B, C. Similarly, if we see at the end, we have got J and I, right?
Yes, sir.
I and J. What about the middle? Can you see the network here? Now, what I would do is that, see here, we have got A, then F and I, that is one line. Then we have got C, J, H, sorry, C, G, H, J. So let's have it C, G, H, and J, A, uh, F, and I. Now what is remaining is uh, B, E, and D is also remaining, right? So instead of having F here,
Sir.
yeah,
Sir, yeah. From the
Yes,
A,
sir.
you let's put D and F actually.
Yes, sir.
okay, let's put F here. Now, what about E? Where should E come?
Yeah, E depends on B, C. So what you
B.
do is extend the B to the arrow where F ends.
Okay,
Okay. And similarly from C ends, you can connect that to that same arrow.
yeah.
Yes. Now from this you project E.
From this, now I project E, and where does E end?
See,
E
E has
and
to. E is a predecessor for
J,
J.
J.
right?
So
Yes, sir.
we
I know this looks quite childish, so pardon me for this, but
that's
okay. Is, is this network logical?
yeah, checking it out.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems fine to me, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay, so moving on. This is the same network you helped me draw, right? B, F, and C, one dummy here, A, D, I, right? So,
Dummy from C. Yeah, correct. Yes, sir.
yeah. So when we were discussing in the starting what to do, someone talked about I and J for each activities. What are these I and J?
These are the numbering of the nodes
Numbering of
in which
nodes. And
J should be greater than I always.
what should, I mean, what is this node?
Uh,
Node is
so
an event,
the
sir.
start of the activity is I and the end of the activity is J, node J.
Okay. Yeah, that we drew it like that. That start is I, end is J, and someone just said that it is an event, right? I and J are events. So what do you mean by an event? Is
Event
it
happens at a particular point in time, right?
okay? point in time. Is this sufficient that it is a starting and ending of an activity, either starting or ending, and it happens at a particular instant of
Yes.
time?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean you all know about it, so I'm not going to elaborate on this. Now let's start with
Do the
numbering. Does anybody want to add anything?
sir, event can have a slack or activity will always have a slack.
Slack, we will come to it. We'll come to it in a couple of minutes.
Okay.
So first we'll focus on event numbering. We want to determine I and j for each activity. What rule do we follow for this? There was one name discussed in the lectures.
Starting with F, sir. I forgot the name. Filberston rule or something.
Okay, Fulkerson's rule, right? That's what you were talking about, I guess. Okay, so we'll start numbering. First of all, this event, there is nothing predecessing to it, so I'll just mark it as 1. Then which should be the event number 2? Tell me, this one or this one?
The tail event of A.
Tail event of A. Why can it
Ah,
be?
okay, sorry.
So I take it with this not hold you to event. There will be one tech interview and one manager's interview. Okay. And please.
No, sir, I am confused. Sorry. Please go on.
See, it's nothing to be sorry about. I mean, we are just discussing here. Okay, so it can be anything. It can be the tail event of A or, I mean, head event of A or head event of C.
Super, yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Good day to you. Thank you for your.
So, as you said, you wanted to proceed with A, so I'll mark 2 here. Now, which should be the event number 3?
Event of
You
C.
should.
C, right? I mean,
Yeah,
can we mark it here?
But few people.
No, sir, because that comes from left to right, right? I thought as we go along the x-axis, the number should sort of increase, right?
Okay. No.
C is the connecting activity. C will be, then if we will mark C, then the J greater than I condition will not be fulfilled for the activity, this dummy activity from C.
Yeah, correctly. I mean, by definition, you are exact. Like if we mark 3 here, anyway, this number is going to be greater than 4. And as j cannot be greater than 4, I mean, j cannot be greater than I, we cannot mark it here. And by logic also, if you have marked 2 here, and as we talked about in sequence steps, these 2 can be anything. This can be 2, this can be 3, this can be 2, this can be 3. So with this, we'll start with 3. Now what will come here?
We can do 4, sir. There, 4.
4.
And,
or 4 can be here also.
It can be the tail event of G also, right?
Okay, just one clarification. When you mark an arrow like this is your head and this is your tail.
Yeah, understood. I think I've been talking the other way. Yeah.
So this is 4, this is 5, this is 6, right?
6. Yeah.
Any order?
Then head of D is 7, 8. Yeah. Okay, got it.
Are you guys happy with this, or does anybody want another numbering?
No, I think all the condition IJ condition is satisfied. Actually, it looks like.
So, how is it helping? I mean, right now we all have some names, and people used to use that sound to call us. We named the events, right? We numbered them. How is it helping? I mean, you have been doing it for so long. Every time you solve a network on activity on Arrow, you number the events. Why?
To identify a particular event, sir.
Okay, to identify a particular event.
But that still doesn't explain the ascending order of numbers, right? I'm still.
Yeah. I mean, you could have numbered it in any way. If it was identification, I could have changed it.
Sir, we can identify the start and end of an activity with their event numbers, with its event number.
Okay. Yeah, that helps. I mean, see the numbering, we numbered them in a specific logic, right? We followed some logic, we followed some rules. So this kind of makes it easier for anybody else to understand. And it is similar to having names and nicknames. You might have a nickname that is common to thousands of people, right? But your name is kind of unique. So similarly, having a proper logical numbering, it helps in any case. I mean, if you are programming, a, if you are coding a program to solve the network for you, having a perfect logic makes it simpler. Hope this helps. Okay, coming to the network analysis part. What I have done now is that in a event I have made such a bifurcation. Why is it so? You guys remember it from the class, so help me write it.
To write the early start and late start, no, to write the flag and duration of the activity.
Duration of the
Of
activity. Where should I write the duration of the activity in the event?
Duration of the activity,
sir,
we put it in the active arrow itself, no, below the
Yeah.
activity name. That's already there. So
Okay.
these three are for from clockwise direction, from left to right. It is for slack, earliest event time, and latest event time.
Okay. Uh, I will write EET and LET. Okay. Is it clear to everyone?
yes, sir.
Okay. So help me fill this for each and every event. We'll do it. So the title of the slide says forward pass. What is a forward pass?
So we have to calculate the uh, early start time EET by
Okay.
moving the from event to event with the activity duration.
Okay. So yeah, moving in a forward direction. So for this event, what should be the early start time?
Zero.
0.
Zero. We start with zero. It
0.
has no predecessor. It can start any time, right?
Yeah. So is there any condition where this can be a different number?
In a condition where the slack time, or it is a we have the time period, after so much of days we can start the work.
Okay. I mean, in case that you already have something going on or you already have some calendar here, you can put that value here, right? I mean, you don't have to start with zero. So once you understand that point clearly, we'll move on with zero here. We have no condition here, right? So this point, what should be the value here?
12.
12.
Okay. Here,
Yeah. Then we go to C, sir.
uh, I mean, should we go to C or can we go anywhere we want?
We can really go as long as you have filled up for all the predecessor activity or the given activity. Yeah.
Okay. So right now, if I want to fill here, can I fill it?
You can. We can, sir. 12 plus 14, 26. But you can't fill up for the head event of I because it has one more predecessor. You need to complete that. So we have to go back.
Okay. Uh, okay, so we have come back to head event of C. What should be the value here?
That's 11.
11
11.
for this event.
That we have three predecessors. So let's calculate all the three. 12 plus 9, 21. 0 plus 10, 10.
Okay.
11 plus 0, 11. So we choose 21.
Why 21?
21 should be,
Why?
because it has highest duration.
Because if that activity, see, all activities have to be completed before you start the predecessor activity. See, if you put any number less than 21, that means the activity A and F will not be complete, while B and C could be complete. But that's not the condition. No? All the predecessor have to be complete.
Okay. exactly. Just but when I see the name is earliest event time, right?
Yes.
So earliest event time can be 10, na? I mean, I can reach that even at 10. Don't you think so? I mean, earliest it should be the smallest, na? Why is it the largest number?
Because, sir, it is the earliest the event can start, but already you have a dependency, right? See, this event cannot start. How can you start without A, B, and C getting completed? At time t equal to 10, only B will be complete. There will be one unit of C remaining, and two units of A and F will not have started at all. So, how can you even talk about starting that event?
Yeah, absolutely. When we talk about earliest event time, it's like when the predecessing activities of predecessing activities before that event are complete. So for that condition, we'll be taking the bigger number. It would be 21 here. Thank you for clarifying it for everyone. Now for this, what should be the time here? I
That
guess
is 11 plus 14, 25. Only
25.
one predecessor.
Now here, 38 or 41? 41, I guess, right?
41.
41.
Yeah. And in this case, it would be either 51 or
Or 43. Or 43, it will be 51.
51.
51. Okay. Everybody is happy with this, I guess.
Yes, sir.
Now, backward pass. Let me save this slide again so that we can have a new slide for this. Okay, what backward pass? Just the opposite of forward pass, right? So where do we start?
From the end event.
From the last
Head.
event. Okay, what should be the value here?
51.
51.
51. Here I guess 41 again, going back 10. Now here 21, no confusion, right? Here, what should be the value here?
28.
28.
28, right? I mean, not 25. We are not copying from above, right?
Yeah.
Okay. For this,
34.
34.
34. Similarly, I guess it would be 12, 0. Only one is remaining. What should come here?
Sir, for the tail event of D, we have two successor, right? So it should be 34 minus 14, 20, or 21 minus 9, 12. Okay. So we chose the earliest one. Okay.
Okay. Just
Yeah.
we will try it again. Okay. I mean, I won't. So we have got one option that is 20, and we have got one option that is 12. So which value will we pick?
Smaller.
Why smaller? I mean, this is quite conflicting, don't you think so? Going forward, you are taking the bigger values, coming back, you don't want to take the bigger value. But yeah, you guys already have such clarity on values, so I will not I'll not go into it again. So yeah, 12. What about this point? What should be the value here?
21.
21.
14.
No, sir, 14.
14.
Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Are you guys happy with this? Any value that I have written wrong?
Quite okay, sir.
Okay. So moving on, what next? What else do we have to calculate?
Slack.
Slack. Someone said Slack. What do you mean by Slack?
LET minus WT. It is a value, uh, the duration by which the event can be delayed.
Yeah, even can be delayed without affecting the overall project, right?
Okay, why are we so concerned about delaying the activities? Like you said,
Because the if we have a one event in which we have three IPAs, uh, if all before completing all the three IPAs, we can't proceed with the next like activity E. So we have some like in the case when we are doing forward pass, activity C and B were being completed, but we cannot start activity E because A and F were not completed as it were linked. It is
okay,
the IP activity E.
no, but that thing we covered in early event time, right? I
Yes, sir.
mean, once we fixed early event time, we are
Sorry, what is the question, sir? Again, please.
okay. We talk about Slack, and while defining Slack, you said that we use it when we have to delay some activity. I mean, when there is some delay, right? How much
Yes.
we can delay without affecting the project time. So, why are we so worried about delay in activities or project time?
So every day delay
Because
cost money, right? Resources and money, and you have to know that which event you can afford that extra flexibility in case, right? Otherwise, you have some leeway there, right? Won't it help to plan the project better? Suppose in case for example, an activity with the Slack is delayed by 1 day, right? And its Slack is 2. You know that you can still complete it as long as you keep rest of the activities on time. So
Okay.
sir, with the help of
Calculate the
Slack,
critical path.
so with
To
the help
calculate
of
the
Slack, we
critical
will
path,
identify and we will identify activities which has zero Slack. That means if we are delaying activities from which has zero Slack, then our project duration will be expand. Matlab, that means our project duration will be delayed.
Uh,
Project will come.
to identify the critical path so that the resource scheduling can be done according to that.
Yes, sir.
okay. So now I have got what three different things. One was from the practical point of view, है ना? One said that activity can be delayed, right? Activity
Y-
delay,
yes, sir.
and one talked about critical path.
Yes, sir.
So I will come to these points. See, practical point of view, that is correct. But one thing, visualization wasn't there. So if you can help me visualize the Slack, it would be better. I
Sir,
mean,
if I can tell with the example, sir,
yeah.
like we are doing one project, sir.
Okay.
Uh, uh, the excavation work is a project, and we have two excavators, and we have to do 1,000 cubic meter of excavation. Okay, sir.
Yeah.
And we have three dumpers.
Okay.
So if we increase the number of dumpers according to the productivity of the excavators, it may be more utilized, cost effective in a practical way. It will be more cost effective. The idle of the excavator time will be less if
Okay.
in
But you just
before
added one extra
that can be
excavator,
done
na?
with a critical method. Sir,
Uh,
if we will hire one extra excavator, but the number of dumpers are less, so the excavator will be free because
okay.
there will be no dumper to fill. So due to for that we do the to calculate the critical path method. What is more critical? According to that, the uh, resource scheduling is done in practicals at site.
Okay.
So according to this, the resources are being diverted and used, utilized.
Okay, so Slack helps in deciding, Slack helps in improving resource utilization. So now
Yeah.
coming to the second point, activity delay. Uh, don't you think so that if you are talking about Slack and calculating it on the event, it should only talk about event delay and not activity delay? I mean, just a thought for you. I mean, we are calculating it at an event, right? Not an activity.
No, sir, we cannot say that because event will never occur. Event will occur if only and only if activities come to that a particular event, those are completed, then and only then event will occur.
Okay. So Slack kind of helps in determining activity delay. And for critical path, if Slack is equal to 0, then it is on critical path, right?
Yes, sir.
That's what you were trying to say. Okay, we'll come back to all these points again after calculating the Slack. So now help me calculate the Slack. You already know the formula. So maybe I'll just start writing the values, see if it is correct or wrong. Right? Did I make a mistake?
No.
Okay, so now let's suppose we are talking about this event. Let me change the color, otherwise it would. mm, what happened? Yeah, we are talking about this event, and here the Slack is 0. Can you delay any activity here?
No, sir.
Anybody else? Any other answer?
Sir, the event E activity E has to be started after the completion of 21 days.
Okay.
It cannot be delayed if it is on the critical path of the project. If it is delayed, the project will also be delayed.
Okay, but we haven't find out the critical path till now. But my question is that we are focusing on only on this event, where we found that the Slack is 0, and as we said that Slack affects our critical delay. I mean, we determine activity delay from Slack. So can we not delay any of the previous or past
Sir,
upcoming
No,
activities?
sir. We can
Sir, we
delay
can delay
activities.
C.
Yes, sir.
Which activity can we delay?
C.
Activity C.
Activity C. Activity B also, I guess.
Yes. Yes, it
It
can.
can be.
So now you see that even if the Slack is 0, it is kind of not showing us which activity can we delay or can we not delay, right? And there is some missing point here. Do you get what I'm pointing towards?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We agree. I suppose is that the drawback of AoA network?
Okay, drawback of AoA network. Now critical path with just one single event with one single 0, can we determine it? We can make sure that it is on the critical path, but we have to start linking from others also, no?
Yes, right, sir.
Okay. Uh, so that is good enough. I mean, you got an idea of Slack, and one person rightly mentioned the drawback of activity on Arrow network. So, is there any other drawback that you can see from this diagram?
Dummy, sir. Introduction of dummy unnecessarily, right? Just to make it very correct.
Yeah, true enough. So, having dummies is also a drawback of AoA network.
Sir, also I will permit me to say something frivolous if you
Yeah.
allow me.
Yeah,
See,
definitely.
sometimes you tend to look at the arrow and try to see whether it is really proportional to the number below, right? But it's not so. It's not. It doesn't have to be. I'm just saying on a humorous note.
Yeah.
It's unlike a Gantt chart where it is up to scale. This is not to scale, right? Yeah. People might even confuse actually. Yeah. For example, the arrow of B is longer than A, but B takes 10 days. I know.
Yeah, that is the point. I mean, once we talk about network diagram having a psychological edge, giving us a psychological edge, and here people can't even imagine clearly. Like G for 14, duration of 14, the arrow is quite small, and yeah, so it obviously gives a false sense. So yeah, definitely. But this kind of I mean, how can you compensate this? You got a nice point, right? And you also said that in Gantt chart we can have
Up to
bars,
scale,
yeah,
we
to
can do.
scale. So can we do something like this in AOA also?
I don't know, sir. It might be difficult, right? To
Yeah, I mean there are time scaled AOA, but it's like we keep on adding dummies there. You can see it, but it is like of it gets more confusing there.
more, yeah, correct.
Okay, now we talked about critical path also, right? Anybody who has solved it in copy, can you can you tell me what is the critical path here?
Yes, sir. The critical path will be A, F, E, J.
Uh, Wait a minute. A, F, E, and J.
E, N, J. Yes, sir.
Okay. Does anybody have any objection to this critical path? Any objections?
No, sir. No, it's okay.
Okay. A, F, E, and J. So, okay, what is a critical path? I mean, we are having nice discussion. That's why I want to visit it. What is a critical path?
A, F, E, and J.
No, 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 not in this network. General
The
terms.
longest path, the critical path is the longest part of the project. If we delay any event or activity on this path, the project will be delayed.
Okay. If you have got a critical path and if you delay any activity on this path, the whole project will get delayed. So it is the longest path. Or is it the shortest time in which you can complete the project?
8 years at
Absolutely correct, sir. You
Yes.
can't. Yes.
I mean,
Hey, we never thought about it, but that's a good perspective. Yeah. Anyway,
I mean, I
yes.
I think you can understand quite difference, right? One point we are talking about it's the longest path, and then we are saying that it is the shortest duration in which we can complete the whole project.
Yes.
Okay. So with this we move on to next question, and this will be the no first. Let's visit if anything is remaining from the question part. We prepared the AoA network, right? Then number of dummies present, how much? One, right?
One, yeah.
We determine the critical path, project duration.
Yes.
51.
51 days.
Okay, what is the maximum slack? What is the answer here?
8.
8.
Okay, so we answered all these questions. Uh, in your assignment, did you find any different question based on AOA that you would like to discuss or had some trouble?
No, sir. I think pretty clear.
Okay. So we will move on to activity on network diagram. Activity on node diagram. Similar kind of a question with these activities, these IPS and duration. We already discussed that. Okay, activity on node. What is the representation? I forgot to draw it here. Can you tell me what is the representation? We represent a node with a circle, right? I mean, this is not a circle, but you get an idea. Is this the right representation?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Uh, we'll move on. Again, sequential steps will draw the network. So I would request you guys to do it with me. Hopefully, you also solve it on copy.
We'll do it on paper actually, as you
Yeah.
do.
Okay. Here we go.
Sir, you will be 4.
Which you will be four. Yeah. Thank you for pointing out. Have I ranked them correctly now?
Yes, sir.
I think I have linked them also.
Yeah, correct, sir. Yeah, covered.
Okay. So moving on, as you can see, now we'll try to identify what should be our logical network. So one link I can see clearly is MOT and U, and then there is QRV. So let's have it like that. Then there is P somewhere here. P, N, and V. Does this seem correct to you?
Sir, N will be go to V.
Okay. N will go to V. Anything else?
Go to V, not to you.
Back and
Hmm?
full stack, sorry.
Yeah.
Full stack, I got full stack.
There is something missing.
And yes, what
Yes,
about
sir.
yes? Yes, you have
Yeah.
missed out. So yes also will go to V. Yeah. And the predecessor is O.
It's a starting node and ending node.
And
Matlab
from U
starting.
and V we need to create an ending node, I suppose.
Yes, sir. And starting node also we have to create.
Yeah, it doesn't look very nice now if there are three starting points. So I will add a project start here, and similarly a project finish here. Does this seem okay?
Yes, it's fine, sir.
Okay. So moving on, it is quite similar to
26
this
color
only. I'll
26.
check once again.
21st,
QRV,
sorry, last working day.
PNS. Okay, it is in the same order, right? I mean, I took the liberty of making the format beforehand. So as you can see that here there were only circles, and here I have drawn so much. I mean, given them arms and legs, added a head and a stand, right?
Growth amount, actually,
Yeah.
20 and
I
25.
mean, they look kind of a.
There is 1% increase and
This looks to me like a football field
into challenge.
with players. Uh, okay, so with this network diagram, you have got activity name here, activity duration here. What do we need to do now?
We'll do a forward pass and
Forward
determine the
pass and backward pass.
yeah.
Okay. Uh, so again, first we will discuss the format here. What is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? Okay. What do we write here? This corner.
Early start.
Early start. Here. So early finish, I guess. I
Early
mean, on
finish.
the same line here.
Late start
Late
LSC.
Late start
Finish.
and late finish. Here we have got activity. Here we have got uh, what
Duration.
happened. Yeah. And this is the total float,
Yeah, that's a free float bottom.
and this is free float. So now help me write the values. What what about project start? We discussed already. We'll be starting with 0. We have no preconceived notions, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is again 0. Does anybody have a confusion why these values are 0? Can you
These are the
guys follow my
starting
pointer?
activities.
Yeah, sorry. Please, can you please speak again?
These are the starting activities. That's why this is the zero. For the better view or for the better network diagram, we have taken the one activity PS.
Yeah, definitely. Can you guys follow my pointer clearly? Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so do help me write these values. What will come here? I don't know why is it working so randomly. Here I am writing 10. Does anybody have any problem?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, you guys are quite well versed with these methods, right? What will be the value here?
10.
10
10, 18,
and 18.
Okay.
uh, again coming
5+4.
down 8,
8 and 24.
24,
Then for R it is 9 and 16.
9 and 16. Now coming again to top, it would be
T is 18, 24.
18, 24,
U is 24, 28.
24, 28. What about this PF?
Which one, sir?
This PF.
Open catalyst.
PF will come to that later. Let's finish S and V.
Okay, okay. So this will again be 18, I see,
Yeah,
right?
25. Yeah,
25. What
we
about
we
this?
yeah we need to calculate. There are three predecessors, so we'll have to calculate three. So
Okay.
one is 18, 24, 16. So let's choose 24.
No, why is it 18? You said 18, na?
Oh, sorry, not there. 18. 25, 24, and 16. Should be 25. Yeah,
Okay, yeah. So it should be 25, right?
yeah, 25 and 29. Yeah.
Okay, 25, 29. What about PS now?
P, okay. So that is between 28 and 29. Let's select 29. So that's
Okay,
a project duration.
okay, yeah. So now let's have the backward pass right here. Everybody is happy with this forward pass, right? Okay. Backward pass I am writing. Uh, can you follow me till here? Did I make a mistake or mm, point out, please? I am quite confused about what should come here. For activity O.
So there will be 18.
18. I mean,
Yes.
I can get 19 also, no? 18, right?
Yes, sir. 18.
Okay. And what about this? I mean, I'll just bring 25 here. 9. Will it be 9? Okay. What about these values for activity R? Can somebody tell me?
25 and 18.
Okay. 25, 18. For this, then it would be 18,
18, 9.
18 and 9. What about PS then? This was
0.
0. What will this be?
This also be
0.
0.
0. Uh, can we see the critical path here, or should we move on to floats first? Should we calculate floats?
No, sir.
Let's
No, sir.
calculate the total float at least.
Okay, total float. How do we calculate total float?
Total float is latest start minus early start, or latest finish minus early finish.
Okay, I am.
But sir, we can get an idea of critical paths from here also without calculation.
Okay. But let's have it once. Okay. Total
Okay.
float. For which activity? Let's say I am taking activity R. 9, 16, 18, 25, R7. Okay. Wait a minute. This was 25 and this was 18, right?
Yes.
So what should be the total float here?
18
9.
minus 9 equal to 9.
9 and 25 minus 16 is it's also equal to 9.
Okay, 25 minus 16 equal to 9. Anybody else? Because I mean I'm not getting the sense here. Not by the definition perspective. I mean your values might be correct and they are correct, but I mean from the definition perspective I don't see it happening like this. Anybody else? Let me see if you guys are here or not. I mean we have some guys here. So anything else? Okay. So you are numerically you guys are correct, but by definition perspective I would always go like this only. Right? The value is again the same. Can you tell me why I did like this?
Yes, sir, because latest start minus early finish minus duration.
Uh, this is late finish.
Huh.
This is early start.
By this, the definition is we can know about how much duration we can delay the particular activity. How much, like if the duration is 7, so how much the activity can be delayed.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So now we'll be writing the total float as you said it is required. We'll visit the definitions again. Have I written the total float correctly?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. So now critical path.
Total float is 0. Let's join that.
Okay, we'll follow total float is 0. Here we have got total float 0. Then we move on to this. We move here, here, and reach the project finish. So it comes at MOSV, right?
Yes, sir.
MOS.
Okay. What about free float? Before that, let's discuss the definitions of float, okay? Just give me a second, guys. Okay, how many types of floats are there? I will say there is one total float, free float,
Independent float.
independent float,
Then you have interfering float, something.
interfering float. I mean, if I go on writing, it would be like start restricted float and restricted negative. Yeah, I mean, it's a big family there. So we'll be discussing these four majorly. So let me make a timeline for you guys. this is the early start of the activity, this is the late start of the activity, uh, this is the early finish, and this is the late finish. 1 2 3 4 5 6 5.5, right? So let the activity length be this much. I mean, this is the activity duration, right? Early start to early finish.
Yeah.
So now on this timeline, can you tell me what is the free float?
Further, do you need the successor activity also?
Okay. No, that diagram was not that good, so I am making it again. I mean, so that we can count. That's it. 0 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, 6 7. uh, no, let me have it at 10. So that makes my duration equal to 6. Okay. Is this now this last one? Can you guys follow?
Yeah.
So tell me, what is the total float, free float? It's just last couple of minutes, guys. So I
Total
need
float equal to 4, sir. 10
total.
minus 0 minus 6.
Okay, 10 minus 0 minus 6 equal to 4. That is your total float. What about free float?
So free float, I don't know.
Okay. So we will discuss. We'll discuss all these in detail now. So you can start your activity here. This is the earliest start. I mean, all the preceding activities have been on time. There was no delay, and everything went according to your plan. This is the latest finished. Like, if even if you delay your activity till this end, and after these, if all the activities follow the plan specifically, your project will be on time.
But not necessarily any activity, right? It is possible that another activity may get delayed, right?
Yeah, it may get delayed. Any
The
other
project won't get delayed. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So what is happening is that when you talk about total float, and if you delay your activities by 4 days, so you will be starting at 4 and you will be finishing at 10. Now for the other activity, now your rest of the activities cannot delay, because they will already be, if this is the late finish for someone, it would be late start for its successor activity, right?
Yes, sir.
So somehow you are forcing the successor activities that okay, now you cannot delay because we already delayed here, right here. So total float is that okay, total scope you have when the work happened perfectly in in the previous stage and will go according to your plan in the later stage. Total scope you have. In free float, what you talk about is that what if you finished your task at early finish? You still have you still have 4 days, right?
Yes.
So
Yes, sir.
you are not restricting your succeeding activities. You reached your early start at the right time or late start anyway, but you are finishing at the right time so that succeeding activities don't get any effect. That is your free float. In this case, it is equal to 0 only. Now, if your activity duration uh, changes to 2, okay, and your early finish is 6, even if you start on 4, you will finish by 6. Late finish is 10, so rest of the activities are not getting any effect. But the condition is that your predecessing activities had to be done on the right time. So free float takes care of that part, that your succeeding activities don't get delayed. In independent float, both predecessor and successors are not affected. So from late start to early finish, if you can adjust in this duration, that would be your independent float. And this float is your interfering, because it is interfering on the further project. Did you guys get some clarity, or did I go on very fast?
Sir, the way you explained is very good actually, this diagram, because we were missing the interpretation of that. That's what we were struggling. Yeah.
Okay. Any question on this?
So free float, please, if you can repeat one time, sir.
Okay, free float. So from early start to late finish, you had this much time to complete your activity, so that if this part was done in the perfect manner, and if rest of the part is done in the perfect manner, you have this much scope. But you can't ensure that the future activities will be done in the perfect manner. I mean, they won't get delayed. So what if you finish your activity from the early start till early finish only? There is some scope, but this ensures that your succeeding activities have their own floats. I mean, they don't get affected. So this, when you adjust your activity in this part, this part minus duration, it is your free float. So early finish minus early start minus duration gives you your free float.
Early finish minus early start minus duration.
Minus duration. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, duration is necessary, na? Anyway, you have to complete your activity.
Naturally.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So is this clear with you? With everyone?
Sorry, one doubt, sir, is on this.
Yeah.
See, when we are in the network diagram, when we are doing the forward pass, we are calculating the ES and we are calculating EF equal to ES plus duration, correct?
Yes.
But in that case, it will never occur that EF minus ES minus duration will be 0, right?
Yeah, that can happen. But anyway, I mean, it can happen. See. Can it be shown in this diagram?
Because by the way we are calculating the earliest to finish, it is always earliest to start plus duration. So,
yeah, I get your point.
My one point was,
Yes.
free float is dependent or related to the succeeding activities. Also, the succeeding activities which the late finish we are calculating, sir, it is related to the succeeding activities. So, in the diagram which you have shown, sir,
Yeah.
the late finish should also be considered in the calculation for free float.
No, actually not. I mean, first I'll discuss the numerical part, and then I'll discuss the practical question, the first one that was asked. No? So numerically, what is happening is, when you are calculating the early finish, it depends only on the you calculate early finish while going forward, right? Just in basic
Yes,
terms.
sir.
So so early finish you are getting just by going forward, when everything that had happened has happened in a perfect manner. I mean, there was no delay. You didn't take care of any delay. You just happen to assume that every activity will finish in the same duration as you have written. That's how you got your early finish.
Correct.
In late finish, you came backwards. In backwards also, it was specifically when uh, in late finish you picked the point where the project has to end. That was the only compulsion you had, right? You
Yes.
fixed one project finish and came backwards from there. So in early finish you didn't take care of any succeeding activities, right? You gave them all the freedom.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So similarly, when you calculate free float only considering early finish, you are giving the succeeding activities all the freedom that you do whatever you want till there. In this activity, we can manage. Similarly, coming back to the point that okay, early start and early finish, we are calculating only on the basis of uh, duration here. I mean, early start plus duration is equal to early finish. So that happens in critical path method because there is no other logic we are using to calculate the early start and early finish values. But as you have already done PDM, you must have seen that there are the cases of interruptible activities where these two values can be different, right?
Sir, in CPM, always the free float will be zero.
No, I
According to
mean,
this, sir, according to this, free float will always be zero
uh,
because in forward, like the Swaminathan sir has rightly asked, uh, in the forward pass, early finish is always dependent on the earliest start plus duration.
yeah.
So if it will subtract it, it will always be zero, sir.
Yeah, I get your point, but yeah, in CPM it looks like, I mean, I didn't think about it like this. Yeah,
Sir, it was a good question by the Swaminathan sir. I
yeah,
totally agree with this point, sir. So the doubt just created.
yeah,
Thank you,
that's
sir.
a yeah, that's a good observation, and I can't think of any counter right now. Maybe I will bring it up in the next lecture again.
Yeah. But I
Thank,
think, sir, I think
yeah,
what you said is right. I think the answer lies there. See, we are, as soon as we put earliest to start, we also put the earliest to finish immediately.
yeah,
In the reality, it may not happen like that, I think. So, uh,
yeah. It actually
But
doesn't
when
happen
we
like that.
calculate the backward path,
yes,
sir, when we calculate the backward path, we come back according to the succeeding activities. So in backward path, only the succeeding activities are related to the activity, according to which we calculate the latest finish.
Okay.
So I think latest finish should also be considered or included somewhere.
is it latest to finish or the early start of the succeeding activity? We need to look at.
Okay.
I don't know.
See what
But
is
anyway,
happening.
sir, we will leave
Excuse
it to
me.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
Excuse
get your
me.
confusion here. Uh, let's look at this point. Okay, here can you see somewhere? We'll take R and V. Okay, is it visible to everybody?
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Okay, so here we have got latest finish of R at 25 and earliest start of V at 25, right?
Yes.
So if you finish R at 25, we must start at 25 so that your critical path remains the
Exactly.
same.
Yeah.
So it so happens that your V is critical activity. If it was not a critical activity, let's suppose that instead of 25, this was some value 31 and this was 35. Okay. So what is happening is that uh, in case of R, if you take all the float available, like you finish R at 25 only. Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, if you are finishing at 25, you have to take care of this also, no?
Yeah. Then we starts at 25, right? If you
Yeah.
finish R. Yeah.
Or is there anyone who can rephrase it better? What is happening? I mean, it is in front of you.
To my knowledge, sir, this is like a problematic one. But in real condition,
Yeah.
while going in a forward pass, if you apply the condition by knowingly, for a particular activity in real case, then this free float will come. Unless we apply condition to a particular activity, it doesn't comes.
Okay. So you're saying that if we already incorporate some kind of a buffer,
Yes, I mean knowingly if we incorporate some buffer, then it happens. Free float will come. Otherwise, we take a condition that every time, just adding the duration will get the early finish.
okay.
By default, we are following that condition. But unless you apply a real-time condition, having some buffer
Yeah.
knowingly, then we can get that free float.
Okay. So in this case, like our project finish was 29. So if we increase from 29 to let's say 31, will we start
Okay.
getting free float everywhere?
It may. If we increase that and if we provide some condition to particular activity, then only you can get it.
Okay. Yeah, that seems yeah, that seems fine to me.
So, sir, the conclusion is in CPM method, like we don't take any buffer or any condition. So all the time the free float will be zero for all the activities.
I will revisit it. I mean, I will revisit this point because we are
Thank you, sir.
so close to closing now.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, sir.
Uh, okay, just give me a moment. Uh, okay, guys. I mean, we are so close to the end part. I hope you enjoyed this lecture. Any
Really.
doubt that you would want me to take care in the next session, or do you want something extra, some help, or something that I should change?
And a lot of doubts were cleared. Uh, will this type of sessions will be taken like this is my first course,
Yeah.
so just for the
So
query.
you plan to do it for every week, or what is your availability?
Yeah, this will be for every week. I mean, this is a 4 week course, so we will
Yeah.
be meeting
Thank
at
you.
least 4 times.
Yeah.
I mean, three more
Uh,
times.
yeah. So
And
anyway, we
it
can
doesn't
then come.
happen for each and every course, but for most of the NPTEL courses, now they are running live sessions.
Okay, okay.
And
So the
in
session
this,
is for this course also.
yeah,
Live session is for this course also. Live courses, not
yeah,
live session. Live course which are being recorded, which are being.
No, no, not the videos, Sumesh. It's only the
Okay.
session with
Okay.
yeah, teaching assistants. Yeah, I think
yeah.
that's like.
And one thing I would like to add is that this course has been there from 2019, I guess, and I was there when we were making this course. So one feedback we have been getting that this is quite a compact course. Once you start going into week 2, week 3, week 4, you will feel the pressure. I mean, for 3 hour course, for 3 hours a week, the content is much more. So I mean, already if you have solved, if you have gone through lecture 4 PDM itself, you would have found it quite challenging. And once we move on to week 3 onwards with matrix based method, yeah, it will take quite a effort. So this session can be really helpful in that case.
Appreciate it, sir. Actually, yeah. And any doubts, anyway, I will note it down. On next
Yeah.
session, we can
Yeah,
always.
definitely. And you can also post it on the discussion forum as I am checking it regularly.
Yeah.
Sir,
Anything
one thing
else?
also, sir.
Yeah,
I I was going through regarding the examination, sir.
yeah,
There was like 25% is marks is for the assignments and 75% is for the examination.
yeah.
Also, there was one condition like there is some unproctored exams and that proctored exams. What is the condition in this course, sir?
Uh,
It is only the proctored exams.
yeah, I guess in this course, but I will let the course TA address this problem. But what usually happens is that you have an MCQ based exam at the end, where and for the final result, the weightage is 25% from assignments and 75% from that exam.
Yes, sir.
So you might have to. It doesn't happen online. You will have to go to examination center for
Yeah,
this.
it is proctored exam only.
Yeah, proctored exam. Thank you.
Okay, it is.
Sir, thank you very much. I
Okay.
am signing off, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you everyone for joining.
Yes.
Sir, I would like to request you
Yeah.
that the portion we were discussing free float, can you elaborate more in next session?
Yeah, definitely. And if you wish, can you post it on discussion forum? So I will just reply it there. I mean, you will get the answer before that session.
Okay, sir, I can do it. I'll do it.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you all the faculty, sir. Thank you.
Hello, sir. So you are joining at the last moment. Hmm. Would you like to add something to the session, Kuldeep sir? Because we were just signing off.
Hello.
Yeah, sir.
I think I'm late. I thought it is at 8 o'clock.
No, we are just signing off. You will get the recording for the session. But do you have any specific doubt? We can discuss.
Actually, I have attended first session for that forward pass and backward pass. I'm having little doubt regarding backward pass.
Okay.
Yeah, if you can
Uh,
elaborate on that.
so we actually have solved two problems having both forward pass and backward pass.
Okay.
Yeah, so maybe if you can go through the recording and post your doubt in the discussion forum. So we'll,
Oh,
yeah, so we'll reply it in
after
detail.
exactly I can get those recordings.
Uh, this recording maybe by tomorrow or day after tomorrow at the earliest.
It will be on YouTube or on
Yeah, it will be
on
on
this.
YouTube.
Okay, no issue.
Yeah. Anything else? I mean, some clarification.
No, that was the main issue actually I was facing.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll be joining every week at the same time, Friday 6
Six.
to 8 p.m.
Actually, I'm having client meeting on every Friday. That's the issue I got.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so uh, I mean, we'll be providing with video recordings for the session, and you can anyway reach out on discussion forum.
Okay, no issue.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Uh, so we'll be signing off now. Oh, we have one more late entry.
State entry.
Uh, no, I mean, he has left. So, okay, guys, see you next week. Thank you very much for joining and making this an interactive session.
Thank you.